Today's Spotlight is brought to you in part by presenting sponsor, First Community Financial Bank, the community bank where you come first. You're watching Spotlight, and with me today are Brian Lynch, Fine Arts Director for North Central College, and Chelsea Ward, a 2015 graduate of the college. So welcome to your fabulous space. Thank you so much for having us here.
Thank you for being here.
Oh, it's incredible. It's an absolutely amazing facility. So tell us, Brian, a little bit about how did it come to be, and what does it mean for the community?
Well, it was the dream of Hal Wilde shortly after he took office, and he was approached by beneficiaries in the community who said, we have to build this concert hall. The Great Flood closed in, so the plans were put off. When I started here, we were getting the process going again. They had made contact with a 63 alum of the college, Myron Wentz, who loved music but made his millions in biomedical engineering. Well, he decided to love music again, and he donated the lead gift for the building, and his idea was that the concert hall would be a perfect 10, and it's about as close to a perfect 10 as we can.
Oh, so I think we can tell Marion it's a perfect 10. It's an absolutely perfect 10. And what do you think it means for the community, having it here?
It brings world-class artists here to Naperville, and part of the dream was, too, that it's not just the college. It's a gift to the city of Naperville that other organizations can use, that DuPage Symphony Orchestra can use, Chicago Sinfonietta, Men's Glee Club, Naperville Chorus, that Naperville groups can perform in this world-class concert hall, in addition to bringing world-class artists here to Naperville. So it's truly a gift from the college to the community, and it's not only the artists we bring in, but what the community can do in here is performing as well.
And I think that's so amazing. I mean, we're going to be talking to a few more of those organizations later on this show, but it's so exciting to be able to perform here in such a world-class facility. It's terrific.
Tell me about it.
Terrific. Now, Chelsea, you've graduated, but what does the college, what does this facility mean for the students that are both here now, graduated, future students?
I think it's just a huge, I started doing shows here when I was 9, so I was around before Once was even here. And then when I got here as a student, it was just amazing to be able to sing in something like this during choir, because you used to be like in Pfeiffer and stuff like that, so it'd be, average like what a musical theater student would do, but then when this was here, it was like, holy moly, the sound is different, you can tell it's for music, and it's just really brilliant. It's a totally different experience from what a lot of kids get to do in school.
I think that's, well, and I can't imagine too many colleges that have this kind of facility available to
Not any near here, I can tell you that.
Now, you talked a little bit about being around North Central College when you were young. What brought you to the school in general for the fine arts?
I would say him, for one.
Sorry.
Good recruiter.
I guess that's okay.
Well, it was amazing. A lot of theaters around here are like kids' theaters and stuff. Being able to work with adults, especially people who have been involved in the actual industry, on tours, on Broadway, it was just an amazing learning experience. And then besides that, it being a liberal arts college where you don't just have to focus on the one thing, you can still get a huge amount of knowledge while you're still doing the one thing you're passionate about.
Okay.
So it was really cool, all the combination of being very well trained in what I cared about and also being very well experienced as far as everything else goes as well.
Well-rounded and specialized all in one package. That's wonderful. Now, Brian, you have an interesting story about how you got here.
Well, I was touring with Les Miserables, and the dean of faculty saw me perform Jean Valjean and knew that I was going to be leaving the tour. He invited me in and asked me if I wanted to come in and enrich the program. So I started out by teaching an Acting 2 class. The next year expanded to 4 courses, including directing and choreographing the musical. My wife says that musicals changed forever at North Central College because 4 boys came out and they were dancing on the same foot at the same time. So it was like a different life there. Shortly before, I want to say 1998, Hal showed up in my office and asked me if I wanted to head the project to build the Fine Arts Center, to coordinate on campus and off campus. And then shortly before we opened, I was summoned to his office, and he asked me if I wanted to run the Fine Arts Center. So they gave me a $30 million Fine Arts Center for Christmas.
Oh, what a great gift, right?
I tell you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, and I'm sure that passion, because you've performed, that really, makes you want to do it even more, because you've had that experience as an artist.
Definitely. And occasionally they trot me out and let me sing here, too. And it just, this is probably the most amazing hall that I've ever sung in the country. And with my touring days, I sang in some pretty amazing halls, but none can beat beat this.
Well, unfortunately, because of time, I'm not going to let you sing today. But, you know,
Next
maybe
time.
next time. You
Okay.
can come back and do an encore performance.
Sounds good.
Okay. So talk a little bit. You've had some amazing artists, as we talked about here, yourself included, and Chelsea included as well. I've sat in the balcony for Jim Brickman. I've sat out in the stage over here for the Chicago Jazz Orchestra. I mean, incredible acts. How do you bring them into North Central College?
It's an ongoing process. We go to a regional convention in the fall, where most of the agents are there, and then they talk about who their artists are. And then we go to a national convention in January where we try to confirm things. At first, it was like North Central College, that's in Naperville.
Yeah.
Now we've gotten to the point that agents are telling me, when can you book this artist because they want to perform in Naperville at your facilities?
That's
That the
wonderful.
hall has gotten the reputation, the audiences in Naperville have gotten the reputation of being that good.
Yeah.
So we have artists who are trying to come here now.
Now, personal favorite?
A personal favorite, I think it's got to be Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah.
To see this man bearing his soul on stage, and he's playing Black Sabbath backstage on his cello. Absolutely amazing.
Wonderful.
Right before he came on, he said, "Do you think I should give him my job at Domino's selling pizza?" I don't know if I can say that on the air, but I just did. And then he comes out, and you see this man bearing his soul on stage. It was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah.
Patti LuPone, too, and Bernadette Peters, because I'm huge fans of both of them. Plus, I got to sing with Patti LuPone. So.
Oh, well, that was kind of nice.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
kind of good. Now, Chelsea, what are you doing with your education now? What is it that you're hoping to do?
Absolutely. I hope to perform someday is my biggest goal, but I feel so well versed in theater. I work in a costume shop. I know how to direct, stage manage, dance, choreograph, dance captain, all the things considered. So just working in theater is what I live to do and what I can currently do thanks to North Central.
That's wonderful. And what would you say to somebody who's considering North Central College for a fine arts degree?
I would say it's a fantastic choice. It's continuously growing. We have so many opportunities that keep popping up. The amount of students who get work after graduation is outstanding. Plenty of students have won Jeff Awards. Like, it's just an amazing experience for anybody who's interested in the fine arts.
Plus, if I can add to that too, it's also a liberal arts major. So if you don't want to perform, you just want to study theater as an avocation, this is also the school for them.
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Now, as we're wrapping up, who should we be looking forward to? Who's coming to Wentz Hall in the fall?
I'm going to honk my own horn here. July 29, 30, 31, August 5, 6, 7th is Oklahoma, the community
nice.
musical in Pfeiffer that I directed, and Chelsea is dance captain to the costumes. But in the fall, we opened Josh Turner, we had Richard Marks, we have Black Violin. If you haven't seen that, come and see it.
Okay.
Parsons Dance, the Andy Williams Christmas Show, Celtic Woman Christmas is returning. The Summit, it's a performance of both Manhattan Transfer and Take Six together. It's the only time those groups have performed together, and it's going to be here on the Wentz Concert Hall stage, that acoustic
Awesome.
perfection.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it sounds like you've got something for everybody, and we thank you so much, and all the passion that's here, we thank you for bringing it to us. And if you would like to know more about all of the things that are going to be performed at Wentz Hall and how to get tickets, please go online and visit their website. We're going to take a quick break, but stay with us. We'll be right back with more Spotlight.